welcoming Achyut Krishna Prabhu and everyone else also for this session. Hare Krishna. Krishna Prabhu come from Jagannath Puri. Radhika Vasini Mataji, I don't know. Shridhar Prabhu also has come from Jagannath Puri. Jai. Just recently, about 4 days back, His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj gave a very, very wonderful class. Can everyone hear me, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So he gave a very nice class in Gita Nagari, speaking on Srila Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaj. And at the conclusion of that class, he was narrating one incident where Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaj was told by his doctor that he has only 3 days to live. And whatever he wants to do, he can do in those 3 days. So he called each and every one and informed them that he is going to give a last class of his life. And he invited everyone. He invited Radhana Swami Maharaj also. That famous incident where Maharaj was having a big event in New Vrindavan, and then suddenly a call comes to him where Bhaktivedanta Maharaj is telling him that you please be besides me for the next 3 days. I am leaving the body and I want your association. But it never happened. It went for almost 7 weeks. And he is lived for 7 weeks more. And on the 7th week, then he left his body. And Maharaj had to cancel all his appointments because he wanted Maharaj to be around. But nobody knew that when he's going to leave the body because he almost recovered from that. But that was supposed to be his last day, last class, and he invited everyone. And it was such a memorable class. Radhanath Maharaj was recalling that particular day that everyone was crying and everyone's hearts were transformed. Radhanath Maharaj was in the inner room. He was looking outside and he was seeing that people are falling down, people are crying, some people are expressing to him that their hearts are getting transformed. And many people said that was the most touching part of the whole life of Bhaktivedanta Swami. So much so that even Radhanath Maharaj said that he also told Bhaktivedanta Swami that actually I had heard many of your class, Maharaj, but this class was the best class. So that is what he mentioned to Bhaktivedanta Swami. And Bhaktivedanta Maharaj, he just looked at Radhanath Swami. There are many more in the temple hall. And then Maharaj said, yes, this is what Srila Prabhupada wanted me to do. He wanted me to transform the lives of so many people. And he said, wow. And he became very grave and serious. He said that, the people would not have listened to me if I did not have this disease. But because I had this cancer, that is why people are ready to listen to me. Because when you are in the last part of your life, you will not tell anything lie. You will not tell anything not just because you have to say something. You are going to speak from a heart, right? So he said that because I was in that position, people were receptive to my listening. He said, this is what Srila Prabhupada wanted, that he wanted me to transform the lives, hearts of people. And I could do that today. And then he's made this statement. It's a small price to pay for whatever I had to do. The next day, the condition was much more worse. He had to be literally taken out of his room to the outside lawn where he was made to sit by two people, two of his disciples, and then he was made to sit there. It was very, very painful. The entire body was painful for him. He was not able to even sit properly, also, and every moment it was painful. Then, through that, also, he gave such a wonderful smile. Radhana Maharaj saying that smile, he always used to smile, but that smile was the best smile I could ever witness. And then during that time also, he just smiled and he said, "Isn't it that for all this, just what I am going through is just a small price?" Maharaj said, "I remember that sentence very much." He said, he's thinking like this, that to change the hearts of people, I don't mind going through all these inconveniences. I don't mind having this pain in my body if I'm able to transform people. It's a small price to pay. So, uh, if you see in this world, so much we all endeavor, right? We endeavor to live for what we want, right? We want to have a name in society. We want to earn a position in society. We want to earn some, you know, wealth in this society, and we are ready to do anything, or we are ready to attain it at whatever cost it may be. So much of struggle, so much of hardships, so much of competition. Through all these, there is envy, there is greed, right? Srila Prabhupada, in one of his purports in the Srimad Bhagavatam, he mentions, he says that in order to follow the regular principles, there's not much effort actually. Just no meditating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication. It's a very, very easy job. He says just to gamble, you have to escape the attention of the, police, right? Just to drink, you have to take license, and then only you can drink afterwards, right? If you have to go to a sex brothel, that means you have to go with so much of, incognito type, like you really have to disguise yourself, or probably you're at a risk, when you have that. Sometimes you may get some disease, or sometimes you may land up in a scandal, right? So intoxication, gambling, meat eating is a very costly affair also now. And then you don't know what sort of diseases that you may have to. So Prabhupada in that purport, he mentions that no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. To follow that is very easy. But to not follow, that means to do this sinful activities, it is such an endeavor in this world, right? So people pay a very, 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 very heavy price just to get these things in life, right? There's there is one saying also: there is no free supper in this material world. Anything they want to achieve, you have to work hard. You have to pay a price for it. Somebody who has got a position in society has to work hard to retain that position. Somebody who has got a gold medal in probably in athletics has to really work hard again to maintain that position of, first position, because there are so many others who are vying for that position in life, right? If somebody is a wealthy person, he has to earn more and more to remain that wealth, have that wealth, and then have that power, right? Because there are so many others who can topple you down also. So there's always an anxiety in this material world. There's always some effort. There's always so much of struggle. just to have that position in the society. How much we all have to struggle for some things in life, right? We are here for some days and we struggle for so long. I was hearing His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj's class today again, where he spoke in Washington, D.C. about one tree which lives for 2000 years, who is living for 2000 years. And then Maharaj asked his youth, he said, what do you think about this tree in comparison to humanity? So one small girl got up and said that I'm thinking that if I was that tree, I would have called all these humans as fools because they are going to live for only 70 to 80 years, and they're enduring so much for that 70 to 80 years, not knowing what the purpose of life is. They undergo so much of hardship for so many things, little realizing that at the end of 90 years, they are going to leave their body. Whereas I am living here for 2000 years and I can realize the futility of this material existence where they are all going to vanish without anything that they can take with them. So why we should do all this? Instead of that, we should live for the real goal and live a purpose actually. So it is said that when we come to the moment, when we come in contact with the devotees of the Lord, what happens? We also have to undergo struggle. It's not that we are away from these struggles, right? We sometimes interact with our god brothers, god sisters, and we are sometimes pained by their dealings with us. We are sometimes hurt by their approach towards us. We are sometimes trying to simulate the material world. That means within the society also we want to have some position, name, fame, and everything. And then if you're not getting it, then we also are pained by that. So all those things also we undergo while we are in the association of Vaishnavas, right? Either through the devotees dealings with us, or either we don't have that position, name, we are hurt by that, right? We are upset. We are upset by their attitudes. And we create fights also. We go to courts also. Even in a society, we go to court because things are not happening the way it should happen, like that. So all that actually, if you understand this, we have done in our previous lives also. It is not that it is only in this life. No, we have done, we have fought various battles, various lives, various wars in our previous lives. We have might have engaged in so many arguments in our previous lives. So we are doing the same thing over here. Whatever hardships we understand, when we come in the moment, at least one thing we should know, that Krishna is in control of our lives. If you see from the philosophical point of view, Krishna is in control of our lives, right? Krishna takes charge actually. Krishna has promised that if you surrender to me, if you just abide by my instructions, then I will take you back to God. I will take you back to the spiritual world. The Guru comes and Guru says, just follow me, just surrender to me, and I will take care of you. I will see to it that I will take you back to the spiritual world. What a wonderful thing that we have got an opportunity. That just by surrendering our lives at the lotus feet of our Guru, just by following the instructions that have been given to us, we are going to get a big possession. That is what? We are going to get the eternal association of the Supreme Lord in the spiritual world. These are Krishna promises, right? You will come back to me without fail, he says. Right? So Krishna actually, he promises this to all of us in this material world. So it is said that, if he is in control of lives, if he is promising, then by voluntarily performing austerities, we actually attract the mercy of the Lord. So he says, Rishabdev tells in the 5th canto, right? Now that we have got the human form of life, do tapasya. Naham dev bhajo myoke kashtat kaman arati vidujake. Tapo divyam putrakaina satyam shuddhet yasmat brahma saukyam tvanantam. So brahma saukyam tvanantam. So when we just undergo voluntarily some tapasyas, or we undergo some discomfort in our lives while we are in the devotional service, whatever Krishna does is for our benefit. Tatenu kampam susmikshamanam. You become a rightful heir to the spiritual world when you just tolerate, right? So, for reaching out to others, if we are ready to undergo any tapasya, my life is to see that others are happy. When I do that, when I am ready to undergo any hardships for the pleasure of others, so that the others are happy, I will not mind undergoing any sort of hardship. That means I am in the position of dasana das. Okay, let anything happen. Well, I'm ready to undergo anything just so that others can be happy. Yeah, me first. Sorry, you first, me later. Right? Dasana das. Our existence, for others to make you happy, to inspire you to be Krishna conscious. I'm ready to undergo any tapasya. So this is that tapasya which is expected from all of us. The acharyas have done the same. Srila Prabhupada went at the age of 70 to the west. For what? He could have been in Vrindavan. He could have said, maybe I'm 70 years and now I cannot do anything. I'm too old. I tried my best. I cannot go. But still at age 70 went. He had a couple of heart attacks on the ship, and then over there it was always a struggle. But the struggle was for who? The struggle was for us so that we can become Krishna conscious, right? Similarly, great acharyas, Sripad Ramanujacharya, Sripad Madhvacharya, all those personalities underwent a lot of hardships just so that they can make us Krishna conscious, right? So when the Guru sees that we are also undergoing that tapasya to get others or to inspire others to become Krishna conscious, then what happens? Krishna will bestow his unlimited mercy in the form of divine satisfaction in the seva that is performed. How is the mercy understood? Then when there is a lot of opportunity for devotion service and when there is satisfaction performing devotion service, that's a mercy that the Lord has given us. That we should understand, right? And the price is what? The price is very small, right? It's a small price for the unlimited benefits that is providing to all of us. So when Bhakti Swami Maharaj spoke about this, it's just a small price. At least we are not in that situation where Bhakti Maharaj has got cancer or we have become immobile that we cannot do anything. We have the capacity to do. Krishna has put us in that situation where we have an opportunity to help others. We have an opportunity to inspire others by our endeavor, right? So, like as Srila Prabhupada said, what is the difficulty? So, it's just a small price that we all have to pay for the unlimited facility or the unlimited gift that we may all get at the end of living this body. Because all of us, maybe some may stay for 30 years, 40 years, some may live for 10 years, some may live for 15 years. But those 15 years, in comparison to the entire existence, is nothing. So when you're talking about life, life is very short. And in that time, why don't we just try to offer for something what you're going to get, which is incomparable, incomparable, which is not obtained in any other yugas also. Here is so easily available with the shortest amount of time, we have the biggest opportunity. So when Bhakti Maharaj mentions about it, that's a very small price. It is actually a fact that it's a small price. We compare what other yugas, the people have been living entities have to undergo. As compared to that in Kali Yuga, this is a very small price that we all. So I thought that we should all meditate on this fact and then try to see whatever best we can do with whatever life we have at our disposal, so that we can use this particular opportunity to create a change in somebody else's lives, whoever we are in touch with. Hare Krishna. Papa, would you like to share?
I think it is a great privilege to be under the protection of a spiritual master. When you are under the protection of a spiritual master, all these other philosophical considerations really don't bother you. You just want to surrender to your guru and carry out whatever instructions he gives, and you are safe. If we try to speculate too much, we are in trouble. The best thing, is to just follow the instructions. That with the pranipatena, sorry, prashna. So whatever problems we face in our spiritual life, uh, they are nothing compared to the grace that we get from Guru. So we should always be prepared for receiving the grace of the Guru, and that will come only when we perform, our seva without expecting anything. So I think this is the cardinal principle of spiritual life. There is nothing else that we can do. Uh, we don't have to be highly philosophical. We don't have to be scholarly. We don't have to be many things. We may not be able to engage in philosophical debates, discussions, but the least we can do is, just try to surrender to our Guru and carry out his instructions in the best possible way. I think these are some of the observations that came to my mind. So I'm sharing with you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Papa. Thank you very much. Haribol. Hari Vallabh Prabhu.
Muralidhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Thank you again for a very deep presentation and class, Prabhu. I have lots of points to take away. Just one small reflection on what you had shared, Prabhu. Perhaps I'm thinking of it in this way, that when we go through our struggles and we go through our purification, when we are in the center of our own thoughts, then that is like a tapasya. That's when thoughts come like, why am I suffering? Maybe it's my past karma, maybe it's purification, maybe it's curses, पिछले जन्मों के श्राप मिले हुए हैं. But if, as you presented, Muralidhar Prabhu, if, like Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, we do seva for other living entities to transform their life, that suffering actually becomes as you said, it's a very small price. So I think the takeaway point for me is to, again, even as Maharaj always says, not to put ourselves in the center, but to put Guru and Sri Hari in the center. Like, how can I serve the parampara? How can I serve other living entities to transform their lives? And in that, whatever sufferings we take, that's a beautiful offering and it's a small price. So thank you very much, Muralidhar Prabhu. Very nice
Thank you.
presentation.
Thank you for sharing, boy. Thank you very much. Jai. Praveen Krishna Prabhu would like to share.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Haribol.
Dandavat all Vaishnavas. So very inspiring topic, Prabhuji. It's a small price, but I was thinking, meditating. It is, in fact, it was whether it is a small price or it is a big price. So practical. I was meditating on that. Then it gave me clarity that yes, it is small price when devotees, we are among the devotees, blessings of Krishna's devotees are there, that definitely it becomes a small price. So it is, of course, practically it's a big price, but it is a small price. Like you gave the example of Maharaj, like in that condition is very, very critical conditions. But he considered in that moment, despite of all the difficulties, he thought he was sharing and uplifting people and giving Krishna's message. That time it is a very small price. That is, and at the last moment, whatever he's giving, that is true. Then it also came to my mind, yes, that means it is small price, means it is small. That means there is something like in us, we are thinking as a big price, because every times we are struggling with our egos when we are dealing with the devotee. So many, we understand कि संगर में इसको अपना ईगो को डाउन कर दूं तो सिचुएशन को बैलेंस हो सकता है, बट वी आर वेरी टाइट ऑन दैट सिचुएशन कि क्या करूं, तो फाइट मतलब हो जाता है, डिफिकल्टीज हो जाता है टू become humble and to decrease our own ego. It is not a small price, but it is very difficult for us. But when Mara is telling it is small price, that means we have to develop our situations. And another, I got a conviction that at the beginning of times, when we came to Krishna consciousness, when devotee told you have to follow four glory principles, that time we told, oh, it is very difficult, it is a big price. But gradually now, when we are preaching to others, we are very simple. For gluten, it's a very small price. But the point is, the big price came to the small price when we being into the process and we follow these instructions, we get the blessings from the devotees. So that is how whatever we are facing in our situations, like dealing with the devotees, and accepting uncomfortable situations. Like Srila Prabhupada and the Acharyas, we gave the example, they accepted the uncomfortable situations to give the favorable conditions for others. Prabhupada made the beautiful temples not for himself, for us. That is why we got the opportunity to practice Krishna consciousness. So that is accepting that conditions, that unfavorable condition, it is a big price. But it is possible because the acharyas, they give the guidelines ki if you follow that situation, if you follow Brishwani Prabhu also told, just follow the instructions, prepare the instructions of gurus. That if you will follow in that determinations, then it may be for us presently it is a big price, but it will become small price by the blessings of Krishna and devotees, and we should follow these things. So this is as follows. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Thank you. Thank you. Hari Bol. Aradhana Mataji would like to share something.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hari Bol.
Prabhuji, again, even I would like to compare between the big prize and the small prize. Here, Prabhuji, now I was just analyzing this, the karmas which we have done in the past, and when we were not so much like into advanced into bhakti, and the karmas which we have accumulated, that is such a big price, for which we are facing these karmas every single day and night. We are paying a very heavy price now. But if we actually take seriously the bhakti and then overcome all these karmas, then this is really a very small price.
Right.
Then by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, now we are learning to how to handle death also. This is all because of him. Now today also I just want to narrate a small incident. One staff I have in my store, Prabhuji, his grandmother passed away today. So he told me that she was suffering from cancer. Last 4 months she was bedridden. And I find it so difficult to see that situation. So painful it is. Though she has passed away, I'll have to go, but I don't feel like even looking at this situation. I said, everybody has to face this. Why should you feel like that? Ultimately, death has to come to everybody. He said, yeah, I know. But then I was telling him, do you know how much you are helping me to chant? How much you are helping me to go to all the dhams and listen to Krishna Kathas, all because of you. And you know what I'm doing? I'm preparing for death only. So he said that he also told me that the grandmother who's leaving the body, she was a very pious soul. She was a devotee of Lord Hanuman. She was worshipping Srinath ji a lot. तो फिर उसके बाद भी she was bedridden for 4 months. I said, this is how the karmas attack you, even if you are doing is the best of the things in life. So karmas is a very heavy price we are paying, Prabhuji. उसके सामने भक्ति तो बहुत कम प्राइस है, सच्ची बोलेंगे तो.
Hari Bol. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Dharmaj Prabhu would like to share. Dharmaj Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Hari Bol.
Hari Hari.
Prabhuji, I was just thinking it's a small price because what possibly we are giving to others is eternal, yeah, in comparison to what efforts we are taking, they are material, which are temporary. So we cannot compare eternal with temporary. So what is temporary is a small price, and what others get is permanent, and it's of big value. And it's really unfortunate that, I mean, you mentioned that Maharaj said these words during his last days, and he said that people are taking me seriously because I'm in this state. Actually, this is our state also, means everybody's state, that we become, I mean, here Maharaj is thinking about others. I am thinking about ourselves, that we don't become serious until we get a big jolt. Yeah. We don't change. If the doctor tells us before we get some disease, he tells you take precaution, we don't take. But after we get the disease, we become serious. So this is really irony of life, that and I recollect one nice example, that one father is telling his son, who is very young, I mean, the father is going to temple every day morning, doing his rituals, and he's requests his son, please come with me, please come with me. And the son says, no, no, no. I will do this when I become your age. Now it's not time for me to do all these things. You go. And because he mentions old age, what father does is, uh, the same day he brings some rotten bananas and keeps it in the house. And then there are too many flies around that rotten banana. So the son gets irritated and he says, why have you brought this rotten bananas? You should have got some good bananas. I'm like, father says that I have brought it to offer it to the Lord. So the son says, why are you offering these rotten bananas to the Lord? You should have got some fresh bananas, not these rotten ones. So that time the father tells the son that I am telling the same thing. While you are young, you offer yourself to the Lord. You are telling me that I will do this when I become old. This is basically the same thing that you are now saying. The rotten bananas cannot be offered to the Lord. So while we have the gift given by the Lord, we are healthy, whatever, we should try to do our best. Yes. Thank you, brother. Sorry.
Thank you for sharing. It was very, very. Jai.
Hari.
Vijay Gun Prabhu, Hari Bol.
Very well, Prabhu.
Hari,
Thank you very
Hari.
much for such an interesting topic. We generally see in this world that people are, as you said earlier, people are trying to go through such a hardship, and the material nature is such that it will always give you some promise that if you will do this, you will get this, like that. So एक के बाद एक, the material world is no, Maya is keeping in front of us so many things, and to achieve those things one after another, actually we are endeavoring more and more and more in order to get such a cheap things, which are not eternal, which are not those all things are temporary. But we do not realize that we are putting so much hardship in getting those things. And if when you get the knowledge of spirituality, that time you realize that all these things are temporary, and how much endeavor I have to do for achieving such temporary things, and इसका कुछ अंत नहीं है. means it is like, no, after getting one thing, you are put some other thing like that. So one after another, the things means your endeavor will keep on increasing, and you have to pay a huge price for that. You are giving a huge price for that. And when you come in contact with devotee, you realize that your life is very simple. You just have to do bhakti, and Krishna will give you much more than what you are endeavoring. Not only that, Krishna will give you additional happiness from the core of your heart. Like other things which you are trying to endeavor actually will give you suffering. It will give you, distress. But when you are trying to achieve spiritual things, you are putting a small price. That is a small price you are putting actually, and you are getting so much in return. As you said, the example of our acharyas who has undergone austerities in trying to spread the Krishna conscious movement, and we see that at old age also, as just like Prabhupada has started at old age, but he has that hope from his spiritual master. Like his spiritual master has ordered him, and he is just trying to follow him. Just like Vrishabhanu Prabhu said, okay, when you are under uh, instructions of spiritual master, then even though the things are very hard, they are very easy, and you are paying very small price. If had it been this, uh, uh, had it this been a material endeavor, actually you would get frustrated. But this being a spiritual activity, even though you put so much efforts, you are paying a small price. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for everything. Achyut Mishra would like to share.
Dandavat Pranam, Muralidhar Prabhu and all of you. The ups and downs is the way of life. Everybody has to go through that channel. What Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj said is right. That people took him so seriously at the fag end of his life. I have had the opportunity, or I don't know if there is opportunity or otherwise. We had something like 35 factories in India. I'm just giving you a corporate example, wherein one of the factory was very unproductive and indisciplined. Several meetings took place. Even senior management went and had a meetings with them. They did not improve. They continued to produce the inefficiency and unproductive. The moment we declared that yes, this factory has to be shut down, उनके पैर से जमीन हिल गई, and they were, whatever they said, that whatever you want, we will do it now. But it was too late. We had no choice but to close down the factory. So people really, as Prabhuji rightly said, unless there is a jolt, people get a jolt and they are ready to do. They don't change otherwise. This is one of the unfortunate event. I had to close down that factories. So similarly, if you see, Krishna consciousness is simple for simple people. As Vrishabhanu Prabhu rightly said, follow the 4 regulatory principles, follow the instruction of Guru Maharaj, be with the Guru, Shastra and Para, follow that. I think your sticking to the moment, the things will happen in play, because Krishna is in full control of our life. There are past karmas and things like that. This will continue to happen. But the thing is that you remain in the moment, you have an opportunity to go back to Godhead. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Achyut Prabhu.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Narsimha would like to share.
Hare Krishna.
Hari
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Yeah, again, a very nice topic. And as usual, the title of the this topic is also something, very unique. And it gives the direction in which the discussion will be going to take place, And what I feel is that generally the term price in commercial parlance, it is associated with some commerce which you are going to do, that you have to get something and you have to pay the price. Now this term price is alternatively used by people for meaning as cost also and price also. Means for somebody it is a cost which is to be incurred, and for somebody it is a price which is to be paid. And generally, the tendency or the mindset of the people is that I should get something at a very less cost. And you will find many people, you will find in the conversation, for how much you got this? I got this for 5,000. What? You got this for 5,000? I got it only for 2,000 rupees. So I have paid a smaller price. But to pay that smaller price, how much endeavor that person has done, that also we have to see. For instance, the fellow who paid 5,000 must have purchased it just across the lane or something. And the fellow who has paid 2,000, he must have gone to, some place far off where it is a hub for selling that particular thing. So that is how. Yes. So that is how, the mindset is. And we don't understand that whatever we are getting is due to our endeavor. And how much endeavor we have to make to get this thing, that is to be considered. In our case, our guru, our philosophy, it gives us so much it gives, which we cannot value actually. Actually, we cannot convert it into price or in cost terms. It is, you cannot count it actually. So we have to be very grateful to our spiritual master, to our, the philosophy which Prabhupada has given to us, that just by following 4 regulative principles or just by doing a pure devotional service, we will get so much that we are not able to imagine also what we are going to get by doing such a small thing. By patram pushpam phalam toyam करके हमको क्या मिलने वाला है ये शायद हमको पता नहीं है. So that is how we have to treat this, that it is a very, very small price which we are paying, or it is a very, very small cost which we are incurring, which is will be giving us so much which we cannot imagine. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hari Prabhu. Jai. Purushottam Hari Prabhu would like to share.
Prabhuji, I am actually outside, so I'm just hearing Prabhuji. I'm sorry, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Radharaman Priya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji, for sharing your Means you are wonderfully sharing the topic of small price we are paying, and you started with the example of Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj's contribution. Prabhuji, when I look back, or when we read the Leela Amrita of Prabhupada ji and many Guru in Parampara, we see that whole existence of International Society for Krishna Consciousness has come with a big struggle. Prabhupada ji lost his own family, though he got a big family. So when we compare ourselves with the struggles what Guru uh, Guru in Paramparas they have done, so definitely Prabhuji, it's very inspiring that we are not doing anything. Rather, we are to follow the whatever Guru has been said to us to do in our life. So, and you have wonderfully mentioned that it's very easy to follow the four principles. We never thought of it. Normally, when we come into the process, we think that it's very difficult. But when you explain that, it's very difficult to not to follow. When we are going for any gambling or we caught off, then we are into big troubles. Having illicit relationship, we see in a this world that what kind of hardship they face. So similarly, whenever we are not following these four regulatory principles, it's going to bring a lot of hardship in our life. So this is when we understand this, when we get a instruction or realizations sharing from such a seniors. So we definitely means it boosts our morals that we are into the right process, and whatever we are doing, we are doing with the right mode. Uh, then it will be beneficial for our future life. So thank you for sharing whatever you have spoken, and other devotees like rotten eggs, rotten banana examples. And Prabhuji also said that following the instructions of the Guru. So these are all the wonderful contributions from all the wonderful senior Vaishnavas. I'm thankful to each and every one. Thanks a lot.
Very good, Jai. Vishwambar would like to share.
Yes, Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Yes, Hari.
Hari Bol. This is a very, very nice topic and then very deep topic also. So, from what I can understand, what you spoke about paying a small price and what the other duties also shared actually. Means we know what we are practicing in Krishna consciousness, what benefit we are getting. But means just for a small price we paid actually, and we are getting something big, something huge, something very mammoth actually, unimaginable things actually. Big thing we are, and we're just paying a small price Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu always preach actually to all the conditioned souls and tell them that just they would fall obeisance at their lotus or their feet actually, say that please just chant Hare Krishna, make your make Krishna your life and soul in this way. And then they would say that just for the price of faith actually, just accept this Krishna consciousness, and then you can just make Krishna your life and soul, and then you will be living very happily. So this much we understand that when we came into Krishna consciousness, we also paid some small price. We were made to simply pay some small price. We didn't know what we are into actually, what we are going to get. But somebody told us that just come to temple, Prabhuji actually, and then we reluctantly came actually, and then something we started coming, we started liking, and understood that just for the small price of coming to temple, or someone says that come and have prasad actually, small price, and then we get hooked on to it, and then we start practicing Krishna consciousness seriously. Then we understood that what we are getting just for the price of small faith, some small service to devotees. So even paying the price of the spiritual experiences. So in material world also, material example is that if you purchase lottery for 100 rupees, if you're lucky that then you can get a price of 1 crore also. You paid just 100 rupees small price, what you're getting. But if you compare it to spiritual life, actually, spiritual practice, it's same thing. We are having a lottery actually, big lottery we are getting. Like, just paid a small price and then we are getting something huge actually, and then such a wonderful thing. Like even Maharaj also one time he shared actually that one time actually one man grabbed Maharaj and stuck a metal stick on his ear, and then he just moved it for some time, and he pulled out the stick, and then there's big lump of ear wax, and then actually 1 year of Maharaj was cleaned, and the other actually he was Maharaj told that other also here is here actually there is wax actually. He said you give me some rupee. Then Maharaj said I don't have any money, and then he had to live with one dirty ear actually. It was like Maharaj said that his hearing was now like an unbalanced stereo system. Unbalanced stereo system means some one year he could hear such some big, and then and on the other year he could not hear anything. So he's learned two lessons from this incident, that such was some small prize actually. He got something big actually, and then he learned some lesson that when for some spiritual practitioners actually, we have to go on in spiritual life actually, never low down the tempo, and then we have to keep our chanting our rounds actually sincerely every day, and then whenever you low down our tempo, then actually that means actually we can just get caught by Maya or something actually, and then we might come back to square one. That's the danger actually, like this. So we have to be always alert, and then when we have already paid the small price, we have to be alert that we have to just keep these gifts actually coming, and then maintain this gift for lifetime. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. That's all I want to share.
Thank you very much for sharing, Haribol. Yes, Ramuna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavad Prabhuji.
Haribol.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for a wonderful session, and all the devotees shared nicely. I just few points I'll quickly try to mention. In fact, what you mentioned about His Holiness Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaj, when he said it's a small price, but for him it is a small price. But for us, what we will do, whatever we are doing, it's actually no price at all. For us, it is coming free only, we can say. So because we are not on that level, that we cannot even claim that we are paying some price. We are not at all paying price. So for me, that is a takeaway. And in fact, whatever is coming to us, it's purely free and no price. And there are few things. Once Prabhupada mentioned, Prabhupada, now that reporter asked Prabhupada, you know that story, that thing. You are doing so much of spiritual activities and all, so much Krishna, Krishna, you are chanting and all. What if at the end of the life you find there is no Krishna? So then Prabhupada replied saying that, no, I lost nothing. See, we are doing all the good things. We are becoming a good humans. And even if Krishna is not there, we are leading a life of, very nice life, quality life. Whereas, what if at the end of the life, you are doing all the things, bad things, all breaking all the regulatory principles, then what will happen if you find Krishna is there at the end of the life? And what is the price you are going to pay for that? So that kind of thing. So that is why Prabhupada said, you will be uh, enjoying next few, so many bodies you are going to get, and already you got so many bodies. You enjoyed a lot all these bodies, and then next also future you will going to get so many bodies. But this life, kindly give to Krishna. So Prabhupada requested that. So that's really so small price, So compared to so many lives, so many bodies we are going to get, and we got already millions of bodies, and only one life we are going to give. Small price, right? So Prabhupada mentions that. And one small anecdote, Gaur Gopal Prabhu, mentioned once. There is a debate between 500 rupee note and 1 rupee note. Now coin, 1 rupee coin. So 500 rupee note said hey, what is the value of yours? Nothing, where I go, I always sit in the pockets of, very, very big people, all rich people, I'll be there. आपका तो कोई no role. So then this 1 rupee coin mentioned that, Are, you don't know where I will be. I always uh, go into the hundis of Lord. I'll be there in the always there in the hundis of the Lord. So I'm very more valuable than small. So people may think for outsiders what we are doing is worthless. People think what are the thing you are wasting your life. People think that, but it's not that. We are close to Lord. That's nothing. And one small thing, incident I mentioned, wanted to mention. We went to Jagannath Puri once. So we were taking darshan. In fact, we were allowed to enter inside the sanctum sanctorium and then test the Lord also there that time. So we went inside and then I just took out the money and then 200 rupees I give it. I put that there 200 each. Then one panda caught hold of me and then back में पाट करके मारा. बोलता है, यार there three lords are there. You are giving only two. What about the third lord? Three. Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra are there. And then I said, I just laughed and then went away. But then, meanwhile, he was commenting, another comment he was making to all the people who were taking the lesson. You uh, spend so much of thousands of rupees to come all the way, take the flights, take the trains, and then so much of, endeavor you do, so much of prices you pay, and then come here and then when you come to the Lord, you just take out some small, even 500 rupee note लेने के लिए भी आपको ऐसा ऐसा होता है. What is this kind of, then it struck me really, really correct. Maybe the Pandas are like that. Still, the point he makes logically it was very correct. When we come to the spirituality, we become very miserly. When for body thing, we go to some shop or try to purchase some clothes and all. We spend just like that. We don't think also. We don't bargain also much. अच्छा लगा ठीक है खरीद लो. But then when we wanted to do for Lord, then we think so much. So that's a really thing. So we need to change our consciousness, and of course that in for this actually 99% of our weightage is about the soul, right? And only 1% is of the body. So like Gaur Gopal Prabhu once in his JSD class, he estimated what is the value of the chemicals in the body. It's hardly some 10 rupees or something, 100 rupees, something like that. It comes. So what is the value of it? So value of our soul is so much high, 99% actually weightage wise. But we do 99% of the activities for the 1% of that body. Right? We spend so much of endeavor for the 1% of to take care of 1% of that body, but 99% that soul thing we don't take care. And similarly, there is no Pradhan Mantri Yojana for the soul. Spirituality, there is no. All are bodily, all yojanas are for body, taking care of body. ये आहार ये पैसा food के लिए या तो some job, some all those things are bodily के लिए. There is no Pradhan Mantri Yojana or Chief Minister Yojana for the soul. Nobody has come out with that as of it, as of now. So last point, Prabhuji. What the disciples of Srila Prabhupada are sold out to Srila Prabhupada, how they are really. It's a very wonderful incident. Gopinath Chandra Prabhu shared in one of his Bhagavatam classes. So once Gurijan Prabhu was in US that time, and Prabhupada was in the last stage as well, and last stages, and then disciples sent a message to Prabhuji saying that now Prabhupada is going to live only for maybe 2-3 months maximum. That's what doctor said. Now it's 2-3 months maximum. Then Gurijan Prabhu, collected some money, he whatever he is having, some he taken out, and then he sent it to. So for spiritual master, I need to do something. So he sent the money, and then after 2-3 months, another message came saying that now it is time Prabhupada may leave his body, his earthly lila, by any time, day or two or something like, or week. So then Gurujan Prabhu, what he did, he withdrawn all the things, sir, complete surrender, That's a really wonderful thing. Now, this is my last opportunity to serve my Guru Maharaj. This is my last opportunity. So he withdrawn all the bank balances. In fact, Mataji's jewelry also he had sold out, and he collected that money. Everything, not even one paisa, he kept for himself. Everything he collected, and then he sent it to Srila Prabhupada. So that is the price. They are not thinking that tomorrow kya khayega main. So that is really the acharyas or the devotees we have in our parampara, and we can take so many lessons from them. And whatever little bit we are doing has no price at all. I consider myself as I'm not doing anything. So these are some of the thoughts, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
It's a small price.
Yeah, very small price, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much for being here with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll,
Hare Krishna.
we'll meet again next week. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Guru. Thank you.
Kishore, nice to have you with us again. Kishore, Narsimurti Prabhu, Haribol, Radharman Priya.
Haribol. Thank you. Thank you,
Krishna
Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Dandavad Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Dandavad Pranam. Thank you. Thank you.
To all. Haribol.
Thank you very much.
Prabhuji.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Muralidhar Pr.